Hey there, Mario. I'm just getting set up. For some reason, the screen was locked again, like it had last time, but I figured it out this time. Now I've got to find myself on my iPad so I can keep up with any comments and stuff. Man, I hate that off when we start off and I got like half of my face for the thumbnail. Oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well. No, Mike Brown, you're here. Hey, Mike. Mario Boudreau Studio. What's So Mario, is that a photographer or an artist or what? Eagle Sunday afternoon. So I figured we should call it a sermon, a van life sermon, a sermon like Hallelujah Van Life. Maybe we should sing some choruses. I'm just kidding you. I don't know. Attend even church. Haven't for a long time, so I have no idea what a sermon might be like. I just put it up there because it's Sunday. And of course, those evangelists that are in chit-chat about how awesome it is. Beats Gypsy Keats, hi there. And Hank Vanlife, where are you? I don't remember chatting with you in my lives before. Gee, I wish I could see. Then I wouldn't have to wear these funny glasses all the time when I'm doing this. When I'm doing these lives. So I made a couple of videos this week. One about, one of the best things about van life is hanging out with the people that you meet. The new, being in California. The one about the RTR in California seems to have gotten a bit of, that's really appreciated. I love these super chats. That's kind of cool. It's going to help me get a few more miles. Maybe one day I'll have the income to drive to North Carolina. Beautiful spot out there, though, I understand. As a photographer, I always wanted to be able to afford a studio, especially in my city in Vancouver. But I was making my living as a photographer, which means that you could make some pretty good money for some of the months, but then like Christmas would arrive and you'd have like no, basically I wasn't selling portraits of a nature that the people would contact me to shoot like Christmas portraits and stuff. So full-time based on my photography. I'm burping because Hank Vanlife is just getting over a major wreck. That's like, to me, probably the biggest nightmare, but in reality, like, I've got a bus that's not too expensive. I didn't spend much on the inside. If it rolled off a cliff or burned up, I would, using anything that I was attached to. So, and that's one of the reasons I don't put a lot of a huge amount of money into the bus, because it's necessarily all that secure. It's not a secure spot to put your money. So, oh yeah, Mike, I think you bought some of that Chinese food already. But yeah, it's kind of comical because when it was mentioned to me that we might go for Chinese food, I got all excited, like I have never done it, like not for years and years and years. Well, about going, but I was excited about. So I was really happy to do that. But the interesting thing about that video that some of you might be interested to hear is that I took about 3 clips. I just stuck it on the table, and then when I was editing, I could zoom in on things that were happening in the scene. So it was an interesting experiment for me in terms of making it and learning how to edit that style of video. But it was fun to make, especially with, Chrome in his finger. Anyhow, so we've got Hank Vanlife. Oh, you got a new van. Needs a building. Okay. So awesome. Got back to having a van. Probably going to build it better this time anyway. It seems to me that that's what I would do if I started with a new bus. I'd be able to do a better job because I now know more or less what my floor plan should look like. So Leslie Tucson says, "Hello, sir. Maybe it's a good idea to turn around the camera. Sincerely, Rickard." So why is it a good idea to turn around the camera? People often say this is what I think you should do, but without explaining it. This is on what do you call it? Selfie mode. And if I turn around the camera, I won't see myself unless I look in here, I guess. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, it would work. I just need to know why. Am I not focused? Resolution. So Brian Roach says a futon like Walmart, $200, couch futon attached, might work to get it going since you're injured. Oh, Brian's, I guess, talking to someone else because I'm not injured. Mike Brown, did you bring? Oh no, we didn't get any leftovers. That was one of the things I checked out before the meal, whether or not they could give us boxes for any leftovers. Because we were each buying, originally we're going to each buy one plate, which essentially is dinner for one. Then we ended up buying 5 plates, and I was full, but we ate every last little stitch of it before we left. So we didn't get any take home stuff. Hank at Vanlife says you can build a bed frame for less than $100. That's what I did in my bus. I bought a $100 mattress from IKEA, which was 40 inches wide, very comfortable for one person. I could have bought 2 of them for each. They cost $100, so I could have bought 2 of them and put them on a bed frame that might cost like $15. So I could have had a double bed for about $220, but the bed that I built was a $100 mattress and 2x4s, and it took like no, not even an hour to build it. Takes more time to paint the bed than it does to build it. So I built the bed, stuck it in, slept in it one night, and after that first night, I was so pleased. I gave my notice in my apartment. It took me no time whatsoever to decide whether or not I was going to live in my bus. Like it was an immediate thing. And yeah, stuff can be cheap. I bought cabinets at IKEA, but people can just go, at least in Vancouver, I can just look on Craigslist and find some cabinets. The only reason I didn't do that is that people wanted me to take a whole kitchen. And so if I took the whole kitchen, I'd be sitting around trying to figure out how to get rid of parts of the kitchen while I was storing the other parts that I didn't need. So anyway, my point is that you can get started for next to nothing. That's a brand new bed. So you're not getting a used bed with whatever people might leave in their used beds. But you can get started in a van for about $100. You don't even have, if you bought that mattress from IKEA, you wouldn't even have to take it off the floor. You could just leave it on the floor for a while. So you wouldn't even have to make a bed for it. What else we got going on in comments? Leslie says, well, Sir Gus, it's maybe just a detail. You are appearing sideways 90 degrees to my screen. That's all. You're up here 90, like you're talking about change it like that? That's fine. I don't know what's 90 degrees to your screen. That would be, if you're not seeing a landscape image that is sort of in it, you're not seeing that. You're seeing something 90 degrees to your screen. It's your screen. This is what my screen would look like if I blow this up. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Ah, yeah, it's pretty weird that we're on an angle. That's strange. So I get it now. You're saying that my landscape shot is showing up in portrait mode. I wonder why that is. Now, if I turn my camera to portrait mode, what does it do? Nothing. It doesn't make any difference. Why does it say locked again? I don't get it. I go into a screen, you scroll up the lock and stuff. I go in to turn that lock off, and then it gets locked again. You're saying, like, let's see how that looks. That makes more sense now. So, since I'm in that mode and can't get out of it, there we go. That's what